Hey YouTube, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks. I want to apologize. I want to thank everyone who is tuning in. I am so grateful and appreciate you guys that you take your time and spend, because anytime we sit and watch videos, I don't care whose they are, we make a choice, we make a decision if we want to watch that, or how much of it we want to watch. Do we want to sit through the whole thing, or just get off top and keep it moving? So with that in mind, I absolutely appreciate, I do not take it for granted by any stretch. I am so grateful for the viewers that I have. And for those of you who enjoy my information, please share the videos. Talk about it. Um, Leave your comments. Leave your questions. I welcome that. Please leave your comments, especially on these type of videos. But getting back to that, I talked about in the last video in reference to Kevin Samuels, his pedigree. Now, his pedigree is, and I don't want you to think I spent a lot of time and doing research on this character, because I did zero. If this stuff hadn't popped up on my YouTube, I wouldn't have known any of it. My life was just fine without it. But when I am unfortunate enough to come across it, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm not afraid of it at all. You know why? Because unlike Kevin Samuels, I have a pedigree. Okay? Oh, he has one, but he has nothing to substantiate him coming at women like that. You want to know why? Because this man was raised by a single mother. Now, this is not my story. He did an interview on Vlad TV, and it was like an hour and a half video. Those of you've seen that channel, you don't see the host. You hear him, whomever he's interviewing. And this was during the time when he blew up. And of course, that's the topic of the day, how he talks to women and, what gives him the right. So he started telling his story, how he married his high school sweetheart. And based on what I see in reference to him, I would question all that. But my point is this: he married right out of high school. They had a child, a boy. No, I don't know that. Scratch that. All I know is they had a child. That's his first wife. They didn't make it a year. Okay? This is the guy who's filling all these women with crap. His first marriage didn't even make 1 year. Okay, 7 years went by while he is finding his way. He was in college, but he didn't finish. He, probably like a lot of us, found himself, had to get a job. But he didn't paint himself like that in the interview. He just said he was doing what he was doing, and he elevated doing various jobs. Again, nothing to substantiate him giving out all this negative energy to these women. It is so damaging when Black men do that to Black women. I mean, we get so much of it. Are we numb to it? We could never be numb to it. But the point is, his first marriage ended in divorce before 1 year, and they had a child. That was the only child he had. He married again 7 years later. I think maybe it lasted 3 years, but don't hold me to that. Again, I would say go back and watch that video. You don't have to take my word for any of it. You can go back and watch that video. So that's the extent of his experience. He does not have a degree in psychology or family counseling or any of it. Nothing. And never does he talk about his motivation for this attitude. But based on what we now know, he's not had one successful relationship, because on his channel, these women who talked about being in long relationships, he said it didn't matter how long it was if they were never married. It only matters if they were married, if he put a ring on it. Now, meanwhile, I went to college. I majored in business and psychology. I had 2 children by the first man that I ever loved. No, we never got married. We were together for 5 years. Now, after that, and again, of course, we broke up, and I had the children. Of course, I had the children. We broke up, and I got married when I was 29. That was my first husband. I didn't know what I was doing. I got married because I wanted to get married. As I said, this is full disclosure. I wanted to be married, so I got married. 10 years later, I got married again. That was to what I considered a very attractive man. 10 years later, I married my third husband. He was white. I could say many things. That was my last husband. I swore after that I would never marry again. I realized I'm not a marrying girl. I don't have that personality to be married. And that doesn't make me a bad person. There's no flaw in the system here. I realized that about me, because he focuses on how long the marriages last, and women are the ones who break up the home, and why did you get a divorce? So that's off top my pedigree.